Grimsby Town have got to be the most frustrating team. Can I just say this season supporting them? 1 minute I'm frustrated. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to get into the match and I'm happy, but to me, Grimsby are at the moment at our level probably the most frustrating team to support. You know, it's such a pleasing thing because obviously we played the game today at Wimbledon and came away with a 1-0 win away at Wimbledon, which makes it 5 away wins on the bounce. It's funny, isn't it? 5 away wins on the bounce and 5 defeats at home on the bounce. If anything, we are consistently inconsistent. Or consistent at home and away in complete opposite ways. Let me just take you through what the team was for the game on Saturday. It was Jordan Wright in goal, Terrell Warren, Harvey Rogers, Cameron McJanet, Denver Hume, George McEachran, Evan Corey, Yasin Svan Dawson, Green, Keiron Green, Luca Barrington and Danny Rose up front. Obviously, Svan Dawson and Barrington created the width. Green sort of played that pivot in the middle. McEachran and Corey, you'd say in a way, doing the dirty work, which they did the grafting work alongside Greeny. I did say it was more like it was a 4-5-1 without the ball. It felt more like a 4-3-3 with it. Good first half, really. Although Wimbledon feel like they probably should have gone in front. I obviously wasn't at Wimbledon, but I wasn't sure. I think we were probably a bit lucky. Artel says it was a definite foul on the keeper. A bit of luck, really, I think, for us there that we got that, and if you look at the overall stats of the game, Wimbledon had 62% of the ball to our 37%, which is absolutely. I won't say it, but it proves that you don't need more of the ball. It is what you do with the ball when you've got it, and obviously a former Mariner came up against us as well, James Tilley, and he did have some good touches, good times on the wing. Sometimes a guy that I've got to give credit for is Terrell Warren. I thought he had one of the strongest performances in a Town shirt since he's been here from his summer move from Barrow. But the goal, I need to talk about that. Obviously, Wimbledon had really, apart from that disallowed goal, didn't really have a great deal of chances. But, they did, I should say, even after that. That they put Jordan under most pressure, although Jordan stood up to it with a lot of the shots today. He made some real good saves, some real good good performance. He had, like I said, he had some rocky moments, but you could see him building confidence throughout the game, Jordan. And I think once he started to catch a few of the crosses in the match, he was starting to build belief in that, and so it was a good performance overall as well by Jordan. Jordan Wright had a good game. The goal, though, let me just go on to this. The goal was an absolute beauty. Keiron Green, big job. I think we just had a throw in or something, and played it back a little bit. Keiron was he had one of their players right with him, and I have not seen a better assist this this season. Really, it was absolute gem of a ball from Keiron. It was absolute gem of a ball. It absolutely wiped out the defence of Wimbledon. Danny Rose, being a goal poacher that he is, really, a great finish by Danny, because he could have scuffed it, but a great goal by Danny. But that has got to probably be the best assist I've seen this year at any level. I will put that up against any real assist, because the amount of movement he got on the ball to get the ball through the way that he did, absolutely sublime by Keiron Green, absolutely sublime. And I think we caught Wimbledon by surprise. It caught me by surprise, and it was kind of all hands on deck without being all hands on deck. I mean, in the second half, Yasin had a real good chance to make it 2, and he just ran out of legs a little bit. Really, he got the run on the defender. Wimbledon were playing a very, very high line, so we were able to go a bit more direct when we did, and we nearly caught them out a couple of times. And one of them was a ball over the top through one of their attacks. We were able to break it up and play the ball. Yasin had got goal side of the defender. If he'd had a little bit more composure and just a little bit more pace, he'd have got away from the Wimbledon defender and probably may have made it 2-0. So it was a little bit. Yasin will be a little bit frustrated that he didn't make more of that real chance that we had. But again, in the second half, a couple of more good saves, by Jordan. Got to say, probably apart from the early couple of fumbles, probably one of his, I want to say, strongest game for us, really. And like I said, there's 3 or 4 players that defensively we were immense, absolutely immense. And I am going to give special shout outs. Obviously, like I said, Terrell Warren, he was immense today. So was Cameron McJanet, going forward and at the back. George McEachran, Evan Corey again. Corey's really coming into his own again, especially away from home. And Keiron Green being Keiron Green. And a great result. But like I said at the beginning of this video, we are one of the most frustrating teams to support for me. We really are, because I don't understand how we can do this and defend like that. In the second half, because I've decided, and I don't know what you fans think, we're set up to play away from home. We need to find a system at home. because we've got it. Away from home, we've got it. You know, we seem to not really put a foot wrong away from home. And that's what I mean by frustrating, you know, that one of the I'm going to say slight negative is we didn't score another one because we didn't have enough of the ball in the second half. We didn't really do enough with it in the second half. But defensively being as immense as we were, we made it hard for Bugil and Stevens to really get too much when we did. Wright dealt with it and the defence dealt with it. My man of the match today, I'm going to give to Terrell Warren for me, but you could have given it to a number of players for our defensive performance. But this is what I mean. Why can't we do this at home? You know, we sit in 7th on 24 points. That's 3 points off the top 3. Even if we just got a couple of draws in the last couple of home games, you know, we'd probably be 3rd round about now. Because away from home, we seem to be able to we have a grit and a determination that we don't have at home, and that's what I mean by frustrating. The lads have got it in them, but when it comes to playing at home, we just need to find a different way of playing, or you know, being a bit more clinical. We need to be clinical, because again, one of the only real negatives you can take from this is that it was only 1-0, and this is one of my overall gripes. One of my only few gripes that I can give in one regard is we don't kill teams off enough. We don't go and make it 2, make it 3. You know, I mean, we didn't have much of the ball. Did we play well second half? Not with the ball, no. I thought again we were a bit lackadaisical with the ball in the second half because it was kind of all backs to the wall again. So can we turn around and say second half we played well? No. Again, second half was disappointing. Didn't really start too well second half. And this is what I mean by frustrating. You see us get a result like this against a team that hadn't lost at home, like we did against Gillingham earlier in the season, you know, 1-0. And, you know, if you look at the overall ratio of games, you know, we've won 8 games, 5 of them being away and 3 of them being at home. You know, and you're thinking, you know, if we can just become as tough at home to beat as we are away, we're going to be dangerous, guys. And, you know, I know that. But again, it's one of these kind of situations. I want to praise them to you know, to the hills, really, on away. 5 straight away wins. You can't knock that. But again, it's still, the only issue is it's only by a goal. Now, I'll take 1-0 wins any day of the week. But if we can do it at home, we can do it. If we can do it away, we can do it at home. That's what we now need to find. How do we get the resoluteness of playing away from home with the clinicalness that we need? Because 1 goal away seems to be enough right now, but 1 goal at Blundell Park's not enough to beat teams. And that is the only real conundrum that I find with Grimsby. I'm proud of them all for what we do away, but it's so frustrating being a Grimsby fan right now, knowing this is what the lads can do away, but they can't repeat that at home. Is it the system? Maybe. Do they try and go too gung ho and then tire themselves out? You know, maybe they need to pace themselves more. Maybe have a you know, be not as front footed in the first half and try and get the edge for the second half. I don't know. Maybe we need to play 4-3-3 at home even. It's things about this where I like I said, I want to shout to the hilltops to say how good Grimsby are. But at the same time, it's how inconsistent we are. Why can we do it at places like Wimbledon? Could it partly be because there's less pressure on us away from home? But we're definitely set up to play away from home. We're not set up to play at home. And I think what David Artell needs to do is find a system, find a pattern of play that may have to be different to how we play. Might have to be similar to how we play away, to get results. Because home, if we can tighten that up and even get a couple of draws at home, it's not even about winning every game at home either. It's just about, if we're not winning at home, let's try and not lose at home. Because if we can tighten that up and get a couple of draws from somewhere, maybe beat Colchester in a couple of weeks, and then go and get a draw maybe against someone that, in the league you wouldn't expect Grimsby to get a draw against. And something like that, it would just sort of build and go, we are 10% away from being really dangerous in this league. And whatever your opinion is of Artell, whatever you think of Artell, we're about 10% away from being really dangerous. Apparently in his post-match he did also say that we're close to maybe having a couple back. Might be playing on Tuesday, and then we head to Newport on Saturday, which is good because I think if we can get the players back as well, but we need to find a system that's going to work at Wimbledon Park because we've got one. Guys, we can do it away from home. We've shown that in the 5 wins we've had away from home this season. We've shown that we can, it's a fantastic result, but it's so frustrating right now that we can do this at teams with good home form. Now we just need to find a way to do it at Wimbledon Park, because believe me, if we can do that away from home and we can find a way to maybe not win every time at home, but get a draw now and again at home, pick up something at home, get a few more wins. We've only won 3 at home all season. So that is obviously where it needs to be addressed. Because defensively, guys, away, we've got it. Defensively away, we've got it. We don't play fancy away from home. It's now not about being fancy at home. It's about being more clinical. We need to be more clinical. That is my only real criticism. The lads aren't clinical enough. 1 goal wins are great. And they'll do. When you get them, they'll definitely do. And I love 1-0s. That hurts more if you win 1-0 than if you win 5-0. Because you know that you've the other team will know we've had chances there. And Wimbledon will feel like that. So a great win for the lads down in London. And the 1,100 fans that were at Wimbledon. I was listening, I could hear you all. It was absolutely immense. Over 1,100 town supporters willing town on and getting us over the line. And David Artell is right where that's concerned. That, 1,100, we've got some fans that live around there, which would have bolstered the away attendance, I'm sure, but you know, to still take over 1,000 fans to Wimbledon, you won't see many. You will not see many clubs, definitely at our level, ever do that. You know what I mean? You won't see a. I'll pick up like you won't see a Walsall do that. You won't see a. You won't see a Cheltenham do that. You know. You won't. You know. You won't see other clubs as well. I don't just want to pick out one or two, but I've picked out one or two there. You know, and that's how good our fans are away from home. Now we need to is more comfortable away from home, and now try and find a way to adapt maybe our style to suit at home. Because if we can get tighter at home, guys, we're 3 points off top three. I can't argue this. You know, we're 6 points off Port Vale. You know, and it's not about getting carried away, because you can't get carried away with Grimsby. Fans want to, but you can't because of our home form being so poor. You know, but if we can tighten that up and get a system that's going to make everybody comfortable and go, we know how we're going to play at home. This is how we're going to defend at home. Do you know what? If Grimsby can get a couple of draws even at home, we'll say after Colchester, a win against Colchester and then a couple of draws at home over December, you know, we could be in and around this, and there's nothing to say that we won't be. But it's a great win. It's great to see. The Mariners, like I said, up to 7th, 24 points, 3 points off top. Well, I'm going to say 4 because the goal difference is so worse, or -6. But technically 3 points off top 3, 6 points off top. I don't think relegation is going to come into the situation, but we have to try and eat into that goal difference. We have to batter somebody. We really do. We have to really prove that we can batter someone. We've been battered enough by a couple of the teams above us. This shows, in a lot of ways, that we're better away than them. All we now need to do is learn how to be clinical at home. And if we do get the one, as we've done it once against Bromley, if we can get, you know, if we can get a system to work away from home, work at home, lads, we guys, gals, we could be dangerous. I'm not going to say we are dangerous right now. We could be dangerous. If we can start picking up a couple of solid wins at home, or even a couple of solid draws even at home, to back this away form. It's like at the minute, we're depending on our away form. Let's try and get our home form a bit better. But we've got a Bristol Metals Trophy game against Chesterfield at Chesterfield on Tuesday. Obviously, I won't be there for that, and then I won't be there for that, unfortunately. I'm actually going to be in Scunthorpe rehearsing, if people wanted to know. But also, I will be, I won't be at Newport next weekend either. But, hopefully we can try and make it 6 in a row. But let's try and be a bit more clinical. You know, I think we are surprising teams away from home. I think we do surprise a few teams. And actually, I feel like away from home, we can beat anybody, or at least compete against anybody. But we have to do better with the ball away from home when we do go in front. And we need to find a system at home. But guys, can't take it away from Grimsby. Win 1-0 at Wimbledon. A fifth straight league defeat. Look at me, get my teeth in right. Fifth straight league win. And I'm chuffed to bits. for the lads. We lie in 7th. We move on to Chesterfield in the trophy, and then Newport away next weekend to try and get a 6th win on the bounce. In the meantime, guys, if you were there or you end up listening to it, you know, and anybody abroad even that got a chance to see it, let me know what you guys thought down below. And you know, we're about 20% away from being dangerous. Come on, lads, surely we can work something out to make us that little bit more. Because away from home, I'll say it one last time, you know, we've got it away from home. We've got it. We know how to win away from home. Now it's just adding that little extra 20% to make us a little bit more dangerous. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Up the manners, and I will see you for a preview of Newport, which will be coming next week. Like I said, I'm not there Tuesday due to being in rehearsals, which I'll go into next week or so. But I won't be at Newport, but I'll be there with a preview of that coming up in the week. In the meantime, guys, up the manners, like, share, subscribe, comment, tell me all the good things, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ta-ra for now. If we can only just get a little bit better. I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.